Pokemon Go has been talked about for many reasons since its release on July 6, 2016. It has been a game changer for the App Store, a controversial topic for driving and playing, and also perhaps a downright disaster for those who attended Chicago Fest. One thing for sure is that the game has brought communities of people closer together, often people who would not normally interact with each other. It has also greatly increased people's mental and physical health. The game's popularity blew up around the world and continues to be popular. My story with Pokemon starts pretty much like everyone else's I know. The game kind of came and went, just kind of a phase thing. Really, when my friends stopped playing, so did I. Fast forward to the end of my sophomore year, about a year later, was when tragedy struck. I woke up feeling very ill, and I was rushed to the hospital where doctors found I had a blood sugar level of 445, I believe. I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. That was depressing, to say the least. After the initial shock, I knew I had to start making some changes, including more exercise to help keep my diet in check. My dad suggested I start playing Pokemon Go again. He heard about the raid battles that were being incorporated, and he thought that would motivate me to get back to the game. I downloaded the Discord app, which coordinated raid battle times for the Berks County locals of Shellington, Reading, Exeter, and even up here at Kutztown. At first I was thinking no one would really be interested in playing the game anymore, but damn, was I wrong.
What made you start playing the game?
In all due honesty, I actually saw somebody. I used to walk the museum a lot, and on a daily basis. I'm part of the wellness program at work.
Yeah.
So I started walking the museum. I walked it. I still do on a daily basis.
Well, I always liked Pokemon. And I found out there was a mobile game for it. It seemed like a good idea. It seemed fun at the time. And it was something that I could do with my son, who was 4 at the time. So, get him into Pokemon, because he was too young to play the mainstream games, but this is a game that he could play. So I created an account that, for both of us actually. And when the game first came out, we were both playing on it. So originally it was something that we could both do together.
Right.
And it got us outside and to new places.
I actually do incorporate family and friends and so forth into the game. I've also found that I have met great people and really enjoy the social aspect of the game more than the game itself, so to speak. I also set goals for myself in the game. For example, I like to obtain gold gems. So if there's an area that has a cluster of gems, my goal is to flip them or turn them gold to earn that gold badge.
I was always pretty physically active, but even then, through playing Pokemon Go, I met a couple friends when I had fallen a little bit back out of shape. And then when it's warmer, we'll go running together because we can use our cool little devices here that spin Pokestops for us while we run. So we can run, get some exercise in, and then multitask by collecting stops. Mental health, I think it's actually encouraged a lot of people. If you look at the people who play this game primarily and the core demographic, it's going to be a lot of people who may not have been the most eager to socialize, or they may have not been eager to socialize outside of their small little group or their clique. And it doesn't force them to do that. I think it gives them the opportunity to, and it gives them the opportunity to observe other people from other walks of life. And they realize that we're not all that different from each other.
I never played a Pokemon Go game in my life, Pokemon game in my life, and when I heard it was coming out and people were making a big deal out of it, I was like, there's no way I'm playing this game. And then when it came out and people went crazy for it, and my kids were like, oh, we're gonna play Pokemon, and I was like, all right, fine, I'm into it. I'll try it out. And now here we are, like what, 2 years later. The kids stopped playing it like 2 years ago, but I'm still playing it every day. So that's kind of how I got into it.
All the Pokemon games.
I played all of them.
So
I still do.
yeah, when we never knew each other, but we always
We
apparently
lived a block away.
Yeah.
He was always inside of my heart. I just didn't know until I met him.
I thought it would ever get to this level, where like meeting tons of different people and still playing it 2 years later is kind of crazy. It's not something that you necessarily expect playing a mobile app, but everyone knows each other and
No, there's so many new players, and I can't remember all the people.
That there was some commodity and people were basically interacting more, and as time passed by, I saw more and more people, got to know their nicknames, a few faces. I would say in a few weeks or a couple of months we started developing groups, etc., and everybody was very cooperative with each other and helping each other out. So that really is what attracted me to the whole game, and then obviously I would say it's semi-addictive, but to me it's semi-addictive only because of the collaboration with all the people. Everybody's friendly, and it's like a family. And like any family, you have good times and bad times, where there's people get upset, but we gotta just remember that it's a game, and people just sometimes they let things bygones be bygones. But
From my experience, I really think that Pokemon Go will keep growing in the future. I mean, game developers have said that they've only achieved half of the full game so far. We still have yet to get the trading of Pokemon, the player versus player aspect, maybe even the breeding aspect of the birds and the bees of Pokemon world, to put it lightly. But with this continued development and with communities continuing to form around the game using local chats on Facebook, Discord, whatever you use, I definitely think Pokemon Go will be here for future generations to come. But you thought the game was dead, right?